Hello and welcome back to Remembering Tuscola. I'm David Porter. I'm here with Mike Carroll and Bill Englehart. And I guess you guys survived the hailstorm.
Yeah. Woo. Bill was Becky stood in for Bill last week, and there were so many roses thrown our way, so many attributes and accolades. Bill got jealous and said he's coming back no matter what, even if he has heart surgery. He's not going to let Beccaroni come in and take
My spot.
my spot.
Yeah, this chair is mine.
Becky elevated us to a new level.
You did.
Yeah.
There you go.
There's Mike sent me that picture of the hail. That's historic for Tuscola. I've never seen hail that big.
Well, it's historic that something that big had woke me up. It'd have to be about 3-4 inches hail to wake me up. I thought they were dropping golf balls on the roof.
I thought one of my boys had thrown a baseball against the side of the house.
What time was it?
7 o'clock.
7 o'clock. It was raining out, and I just out of nowhere started thudding against the house. Becky thought I'd fallen out of bed.
You know, we just missed it. We were in St. Louis. The Associated Press had a story about the airlines, all the cancellations and all the problems they've had, and boy, we experienced some of that. She was supposed to get in at 8 p.m. last night, and she didn't get in until 3 a.m. this morning from Washington State. And so we didn't get home till a little after 7, maybe 7:30. But so it must have been happening right when we were getting close. I could see lightning in the background.
We got the southern edge of the storm.
Yeah.
I imagine Pasodum got beat up pretty bad, and well, just the southern edge. So you were skirting it.
Yeah, we saw lightning, and I looked at the sky and I said, "Boy, it looks pretty stormy up there." But by the time we got to Tuscola, it was fine.
Number 5 fairway looked like it was just carpeted with white tennis balls. It looked like, and we just on our door, David. First off, it woke me up at 7. I sent you pictures of these. Becky went out and collected some things, and they're 2.5 inches. They said golf ball size hail on the TV. These are
wiffle ball.
These are tennis ball size hails.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, here it is. 4 hours later. 4 hours later, we have a thing. We have a thing that says damaged roof or gutter. This is capitalism. If the government ran the roofing industry, these would come in about 5 months.
So is it true? I heard you were out scooping it up, filling your freezer, so you wouldn't have to make ice for the next 6 months.
Well, we might know that. I did. Becky, here, Bill wants to show us 4 inches.
Yeah. This one actually, the one on the one side actually is 4 inches. It broke off Jacob from Dickie from WCIA. He was in our neighborhood this morning. I talked to him. I showed him that picture. He wanted to send it to the National Weather Service.
Holy cow.
I'm going to be famous.
So anyway, Becky left it. I'm in my pajamas.
I wish I could have seen all this.
And my dogs, or what do they call those little things I wear?
Slippers.
No.
Crocs.
What are they? Flip-flops. Flip-flops. So I'm out checking my car's got about 4 huge dents in it, and I'm checking everything, and I look across the road, and in the ditch at my neighbor's, there is a hailstone size of a softball. I said, I got to go get that. Made take a photo, send it next. I go all the way over there, reach down. It's a wiffle ball. So evidently, not only was it hailing, it was dropping wiffle balls too.
It was.
So cars are going by, and I'm waving at them. They're hoping all the flaps are closed.
Well, I wish I'd been here to gather some of that up because we're out of ice cube.
Yeah.
And I can't find the recipe.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's up in the sky. I'll tell you that.
Well, I mean, for ice cubes.
Oh, yeah.
I can't find the recipe for that.
Yeah.
Well, 2013 was the last one. I just bought my truck new, and 3 weeks after I got it, I had the big one.
Yeah, well, that was when I had what, 120 dents on my car when that one went through. But the worst that nobody believes is Camargo.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was just dating Becky at the time, and she called me one morning and said, "Would you mind coming over?" She was kind of weepy, kind of.
It was not.
Oh, she needed your strength.
Well, she was sad. She wanted admit to weepy, but she, "Would you mind coming over?" And I thought, "Well, why?" So, "Well, we had a storm over here, and it's kind of bad. And I don't know. We just, we'd feel better if somebody were helping us." I thought, "What a bunch of weenies." So I jump in the car and I'm going.
So she called Mr. Empathy.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, weenies, not a bad word. So I'm driving down the country road, the back road. What is that? Off Prairie Street. North Line Road.
North Line Road.
And I'm probably about a mile or two from Camargo, going about 60 miles an hour. And I look up ahead and there's steam coming off the road. And it looks like it's white. It looks like it's whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I hit that. It was hailstones probably a foot deep on the road. I hit that.
Foot deep.
Yes.
A foot deep.
A foot deep.
I don't know. Really? Probably.
It was,
Yeah.
no, the
Oh.
crown of it wasn't, but over the side, it was that deep. Toward the ditch, it was. David, I've got back here to verify this. I drive into Camargo. The trees have lost all their leaves.
That's not true.
Mike can't tell a story without getting called out 5 times.
There were dead.
That's true. It is.
There were dead animals everywhere, squirrels and dogs.
Dogs? There were dead dogs?
Dead dogs. This thing, Sarah's house had all the windows knocked out. Her parents' house, it broke the siding. It was wood siding. It fractured the wood siding.
Holy cow.
It's probably the worst hailstorm I've ever seen. But you're driving along, that steam's coming up, and I'm in the crown of it, and it slopes down. And I was kind of trying to navigate it. I was going through like drifts. And it was just hailstones.
And how deep were the drifts?
Well, the crown wasn't bad, but I would say the ditch is probably a couple feet deep with hailstones. It was solid. It was just steam coming off of it. And
Huh.
I have a witness, Becky. How much hail did you get that day? What were you at? You were there.
What is that?
Didn't Sarah's house have the hailstone inside the house that busted the windows?
No, I don't.
Well, I'll tell you what, I got a hell of a witness here.
So
If you're up for murder, you're in trouble.
I'll put her on the stand.
Were you with your husband that night? Hell, I don't know.
So Becky, how much of Mike's story is true?
That's all true.
It's all true?
I remember when that happened. It was bad.
Worst thing I've ever seen.
The worst
Other than-
thing he's ever seen.
Other than
God.
it's
What do you come up with?
it's the worst hailstorm I've ever seen. Hailstorm. Yeah, the worst thing I've ever seen was you coming out of the shower at 8th grade here. What's it, Becky, what are you doing over there?
He's got a toy that.
If you're not gonna back me up, just go and sit somewhere else. Get the hell out of here.
Becky wants her role. That's great.
I'll be quiet.
Talk to people.
Show us a picture.
That was on national news, by the way. Remember somebody got on somebody filmed on their back door, wasn't that on the national news?
I think it was. I saw it on, it was big. That was a big storm. What year would that have been?
Well, it had to be like
I had to be
89,
90.
90, probably 90.
Over 30 years ago.
And Becky was
That's
weeping.
I've got some groundbreaking photos this week.
Okay, check them out.
Let's break some ground. Got any foot deep hail?
No, but I got pictures of groundbreaking. This was from the
That's
New
German
Jarman-
hospital.
New Jarman Hospital groundbreaking.
Yeah, that looks like there's Reverend John Jones. Look at that.
Yeah, I'll be doing.
Right in the middle, Bobby Jones's dad, minister at the United Church of Christ.
Bob Coleman in the back there was a plant manager at USI who was killed by a train at Savoy, wasn't he?
Yeah, it was they had that light, it had a single light.
Uh-huh.
Jim Lemon had the lawsuit, I remember. and the light was out.
Huh.
Here, I got some. Yeah, this was 1966, probably. Becky and I, when we got married, John Jones' story here.
It was groundbreaking, probably 68.
Yeah, there was a foot of ministers we had to walk through. But we had trouble finding somebody to marry us. We'd both been divorced. And the gentleman we selected was Marty Mangan, the Catholic priest over in Decatur. We really liked Marty. He had just been arrested for chaining himself to a fence during a strike over at ADM.
Father Mangan.
He was Father Mangan.
He was a character.
We asked him if he'd marry us. He said, "Mike, I can't marry divorced Catholics." He said, he said, I just got jailed. He said, "They're wanting to fire me." So we said, okay. So we had somebody else over in Ohio at the last second. They backed out. So then we thought of John Jones. We thought, wouldn't that be great to have Bobby Jones's dad? We both loved Reverend Jones. Thought he was a great guy. So I'm going to call him that Sunday. And I happen to get a Chicago Tribune opened up, and I see the death notice for John Jones. And so we realized at that moment we were like the kiss of death.
I know. Jenny and I, we had to scrape the bottom of the barrel too. We had to settle on getting somebody to marry us.
Well, you can always get a judge. So we went to Monticello and a judge.
Well, we did. We
John
did.
Scheichler.
We got you.
Did I marry you?
Yeah.
Well, see, my memory's perfect. So there was a foot of hail then.
Yeah, I can see it was a memorable event for you.
Did I sing or anything? I sometimes sing.
Thank God, no.
Yes, that's the song I sung. Thank God, no. I think you. What's that?
You got to work sport.
My voice is so bad that even in the church, sometimes you'll hear this booming voice from the ceiling saying, "Mike, please shut up." Even God tells me to quit singing.
No, you were in,
I actually-
group in high school, though. You were in the Madrigals or whatever.
My 8th grade year, I sung with Alan Mishner and Shuey and a bunch of them. And then my freshman year, heck, we won the state contest.
Yeah.
I think my sophomore year, Bucko poured battery acid down my throat or something because I missed the block. What do you think?
Probably.
I got something. The voice just acted.
Probably someone out there saying, "Oh, I bet he really did that."
No, I don't know what happened. I put sand in my throat.
Well, instead of the traditional wedding march, we played what's the song from Sesame Street that you can't understand any of the lyrics?
Oh yeah.
Da, 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 da.
I thought it was really neat that you duck walked in.
We did. We were dancing to that song.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Just remember you married.
Oh boy, is that
Clarence Snyder.
is that possibly is that second from the left, Dr. Deaver? And then
That is Dr. Deaver, and looks like Bill Roach.
Bill Roach, who's on the left there? That's another doctor.
There's Steiner back there.
There's
Isn't it
Walter.
Steiner?
Walter Steiner's in the back. The second front row, second one's Dr. Deaver.
Looks like Steiner.
I don't know. That looks like could be another
It's
doctor.
another doctor.
I noticed these doctors.
Doctor of smoking.
They're smoking. This is back when the evidence all suggested smoke was good.
Yeah, good for you.
I don't know where this is at. Deaver wasn't there for the groundbreaking. I thought was he there for the groundbreaking? He
Well,
died.
Mike was anyway.
He died. He was instrumental in the fundraising drive,
Well,
and that may be Kletcher or somebody right
I'm
there.
guessing this building over on the right is the old hospital.
Is the old hospital. Yeah. I think they had all kinds of ceremonies on the way to get that hospital built, but I thought he died before it opened. I could be wrong. I think he died in the summer of 65, wasn't it?
She did too.
It was, yeah, it was before our senior year, wasn't it, Beck?
Do you have names on this one? Yeah, there's
Jack Holden on the left,
John Cox on the right, Tommy Harris.
Tommy Harris.
And it looks like they're dedicating a door to nowhere. That's a parking lot right there. What's that door go to?
I believe this was the dedication or ribbon cutting for the Tuscola Youth Center,
Oh, that's right.
which then became Corner Grocery.
Yeah, Tom was instrumental in that. I think Ronnie Earl was instrumental in that. Trying to give kids something to do, dance and stuff.
Historical Society.
Hysterical.
Oh, Dick Smith.
Is that Richard Smith
Yeah.
or Robert?
We
No,
call him
Richard
We call
Smith.
him Dick.
Dick Smith.
I remember him.
Yeah, that's the hysterical.
Modesta Scott was a teacher at Arcola.
We got the names there so people can read them.
Yeah. Whoops.
Whoops.
Cookies and tea time.
I'm trying to see where this is at.
And there's some artwork displayed in the back. I bet it's in a church basement someplace.
Yeah. Methodist Church, maybe.
Boy, we're missing our Castle Church on Main
Oh,
Street.
here. Got something for you. I spent $10 for this, Bill. Here, David. I bought Bill a gift. Oh.
Oh, look at that. You find that on eBay?
No, down at the paddy wagon. Aloha, am having a fine time. Wish you were here. That's pretty original stuff.
Mhm.
We'll write Monday. Florence, it was to Miss Iona Finley of Catlin, I think. There you go.
Catlin, Illinois. Oh my goodness.
There's your church.
Oh,
That's
thank
a
you.
postcard from probably about 1920.
Lunch is on me. Boy, that's a great picture. And that's just, you look at that close.
Yeah, isn't it neat?
I couldn't negotiate it down. It was $10. I thought, well, I don't want Bill to know how much I spent, but
That,
How the world knows.
was that one of those out of the $3 bin?
yeah, they saw me coming. They heard about the hailstone story. They figured I'd buy anything.
I figured maybe if Bill's buying lunch, you want to maybe inflate the.
Yeah. Well, we're going to get the 2 for $3 cheeseburgers. I'm telling you right now. Bill still has coupons. He saves Dairy Queen coupons. Guy's worth $48 million and he's collecting coupons.
He probably still has some of those coins they used to give you at Dairy Queen.
Yeah, he does. He's still.
Minor to the Coverstone Dairy Queen.
David, you're pulling. Tommy Thompson, got a penny? Well, David, you're pulling these things out of Mystery Band. Now that looks, who's on the right there?
I don't know.
Warfel?
This doesn't that look like Jess Pfeiffer in a way?
On the left, it does. Looks like a Warfel on the right. I don't know who these are.
I don't know.
Any
I don't
names
have
here?
any help. I don't have any help yet, but I got them posted late.
Yeah, it looks a little bit like Jess. I can't tell what year that is.
Well, these were all from the same general picture pages, 68, 69.
Okay. That looks like Henry Kissinger when he came to
Now
town.
that he came to Tuscola.
I here to look at you, communist. Looks just like Henry Kissinger, doesn't he?
Well, he does.
That's
He's-
Nikita Khrushchev.
So for our viewer or viewers who may take this show literally,
That's not Henry Kissinger.
that is not Henry Kissinger.
I don't think you really had to tell anybody that, do you?
Well, you would hope not, but you know, I don't want either one of our viewers to be misled.
Well, there's 2 of them. Just give them a call. It'll take you a second.
Oh, who's this?
Eventually, we're going to recognize somebody.
Looks like this was 2 different pictures. And I
Yeah.
didn't get them separated.
I think it's Roy Thayer there. Who have you got?
I don't.
I think
These are out of towners.
picture. Might have
You know
her name
what?
there.
It's funny. You remember people from your past and they were older, but I bet these folks are all from
Yeah. So here we have a
Out of
picture,
town.
here we have a picture of about 15 people and we don't know any of them. And Bill goes, you remember your people from the past. And then he says, I can't remember any of them. What kind of statement is that?
Well, I was trying to relay that these folks might have lived out of town.
Slide that over.
Might
a little. Slide over just a little bit. Is that Budge McKeon? No, I don't think it is.
No, it's not. Top of the head looked like Ray Carlson.
Now, is this from the Pekin News, these photos?
These are all from the journal picture pages. And if
Bill.
people know
From out of town.
who they are, go on Facebook. These are in the Remembering Tuscola Facebook group, and you can help identify them.
Bill says they're out of towners.
I think they are.
Maybe I got the wrong set of pictures.
Well,
These were members who paid their dues.
the 1968 dues.
They got their picture taken because they paid their dues.
I don't know, but we did have fur collars back then. Did you notice that?
Well, back when you could kill fur then.
Yeah, you could. They probably trapped something.
Fur, yeah. Oh, here.
Oh,
There's
wait a minute.
Debbie Conlon on the left, Jill Ragsdale
Joe
in the middle,
Ragsdale in the middle.
and Summerlot
Debbie Summerlot.
is on the right. And it looks like Linda Hausmother back to us.
Debbie said they were the original pom-pom girls.
Becky said.
They were?
Becky said.
Debbie said.
Becky
Oh,
said.
Debbie said.
Becky said that Debbie said they were the original pom pom girls. This is hearsay on
Their
hearsay.
dance.
Mike just said that Becky said that. Who said?
Well, this is triple hearsay now, which is admissible in court. A lot of people don't think it is. The triple hearsay is good evidence.
I want you to turn back to that picture. I'm sorry. I have to say something. Is that the Paris Holiday Tournament trophy in the
Yes,
back
it is.
there?
Yes, it is. That now is owned by Bill Englehart. See that trophy back there? That's I'd say it's about 8 foot tall.
Well, if that trophy is 8 feet tall, these girls are 16 feet tall.
Well, they were a
They were
large
tall.
group.
They were very big in '68. Bill's
Yeah.
got that trophy now.
If that's it kind of looks like it.
You got the cheerleading trophy.
Who are these Siamese twins in the background?
We got it though. Let's go.
Well, yeah,
Bill,
Becky probably had
Bill.
it.
those two little boys,
Yeah.
they're very happy with being with those beautiful young girls.
They are.
Those are the original dancing warriorettes, according to me, through Becky,
Debbie Conlon.
through
Debbie
Debbie Conlon,
Debbie Lyons.
Debbie Lyons.
Debbie Lyons. Used to be, was Lyons, now Conlon.
Right. Okay.
Okay, that's a good picture. Now we should know her.
That's Mrs. Kissinger, who was a music teacher.
That was her husband a few photos ago. He taught music. I said that was Henry Kissinger. I didn't mean that.
No, that wasn't her husband.
Okay.
No. Oh, you are? Well, I don't know. I think that's who that is. It's outside the gym doors, isn't it?
Yeah. That was our music instructor there for a while. Now, who would that be?
Debbie Allen.
It looks like Debbie Allen. I was going to say
It
that.
says Debbie Allen on the side of the picture.
Well, I'm going to guess Debbie Allen then.
I would guess Debbie Allen.
Jim looks bare, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Well, it
Yeah.
doesn't have the warrior wall painted on it.
Right.
that came in '83.
No, after 83 anyway. Well, did it get painted in 83? I think it did, didn't it?
Yeah, your senior year, you guys.
I know we
Bruce.
painted it, but I didn't know if we painted it.
Is that going to still be there after the renovations? Do you know?
I've heard not, but I don't know what's going to happen to it. But that's just a rumor. I heard it from Becky, who heard it from somebody else.
Heard it from Henry Kissinger.
Yeah.
There's
Debbie Summerlot. Debbie Fay.
Her
Debbie was a popular teacher, and an excellent teacher at Arcola for many years. Was down there when I started teaching.
Her older sister Linda was in my sister's class of 63, blonde haired gal. And her dad, Max, I think, worked out the plant. And they lived on Timmons Drive, I
Well,
believe.
you knew a lot about him.
Well,
Linda got your attention.
Linda got my attention.
She got most people's attention. Just think, nice girl.
There's Henry
There's,
Kissinger.
William. No, it's William.
That's his brother. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
William Kissinger.
trying to figure out who's playing here in the band.
Well, that looks like Eric Fromm. Right there. Isn't it? John Palmer, Eric Fromm. That's Eric Fromm.
It's not John Palm.
That's Eric Fromm.
I don't.
Behind is Jack Holden. Who's up on the bleachers? Let's see if we get the
Who's up
bleachers.
in the bleachers?
That's Dirk Rich. Dirk Rich. Okay, well, that was good. That's a good photo, though.
He was a good band.
Didn't he follow Court? Didn't he follow Carl Court? Kissinger came from U of I.
That's good, Dietrich. Isn't
Well,
it?
say it.
Butch's sister.
Butch's sister, what's her real name?
Wonder could, but it may not be her. I don't know.
Bill thinks that's Butch Dietrich's sister.
John Dietrich's sister.
John, we call him Butch, but he's now John. Lives out in Utah, up on a mountain looking down at Salt Lake City. Side of a
God,
mountain.
why can't I think of her name?
She's still here in town?
No, she's dead.
Oh, is this one?
She was killed in the car wreck.
Oh, okay. I forgot her.
That'd be Heather Thody's mother. I'm really out on a limb on that.
Town. Looks like a falcon. Parked outside there.
This was the youth center. You can see the ribbon on the door that they cut in the previous picture.
I called it
Right.
Teen Town, but there technically is a youth center.
Now, when I was in junior high, the youth center was in the back part of the building. You go in this side door, and this was the corner grocery in the front.
And when I was in high school, that was Floyd Grubb's the Buick dealership. We got all these, Bill.
Well, I've got the second one from the left is Esther Skinner. Esther Boyer now.
Far right is Green.
That's Marcia Green, and that's Kathy Jolly.
Second one in from the right is Kathy Jolly.
Now it's Willis Jolly's daughter. Yeah, nice group. I can't think of who that standing next to Esther is, though.
John Cox. There's Mayor Smith next to Tommy.
Mhm.
Over on the right, back row is Ricky Wellborn.
Where the alarm?
80-mile-an-hour winds.
Where?
Here,
Emergency alerts.
no.
Better go take in those things.
What things?
Severe thunderstorm warning.
Yeah.
80-mile-per-hour winds.
1:30.
Well,
Well, we
here
better
it is.
get them off the golf course.
Here it is. It's out there about,
Ooh,
I got future radar. Let's see when it's going through.
look at that whole line.
Yeah, let's see when it hits Tuscola here. 1251, 105, 110. About 130, 135, David.
You know what? I better get home and
Well, let's speed her up.
batten down the hatches. Give us another picture. I'm gonna have to
Let's
go home and help Mom. Yeah, that's a good picture there. By the way, that's Paul McCullum in the front row.
What's that, Paul?
Yeah. Oh, this is a nice group of people.
Yeah.
You've got names below this. for us, but anyway, Dick Lake on the bottom left, P-51 pilot, World War II, contractor here in Tuscola, nice fellow, played golf with him when I was a young boy.
Catherine McCumber's next. Fourth one in is Orville Fry, Earl Prendergrass, and then at the end is Glenn Smith.
Which row are you on?
Bottom row.
Oh, bottom row.
Top row, these were the leaders of, when I was in high school, these were the leaders of Tuscola. Top row, third one in is Darrell Ford, Denny Dietrich, there's Amos Albritton, Bob Weaver, Morris Gailey. These were the leaders.
That's Catherine Kellogg.
Catherine Kellogg's the third one, Catherine McCumber, Catherine Kellogg. I don't know who's the third guy.
This is Mrs. Glenn Harsh, and I think she was a secretary at Southward, but I can't swear to it. No, I knew these people.
There's
Ethel Snyder,
She taught
history,
history
world history.
at Tuscola.
Yeah.
What kind of speed through these since the storm's coming?
Yeah, fly.
Yeah.
Don't know.
That's Marilyn Wadlin,
Oh,
whose dad was the Presbyterian preacher.
that's the,
What a swell gal. Marilyn just passed away a couple of years ago. She'd come back to her 50th reunion.
There's Bill McCarty on the left.
Yeah. Some more of the leaders. Bill McCarty, that's Walter Jenkins, who was my Sunday school teacher at one time.
Well, this says 1965 for the groundbreaking.
Yeah, he died in, this is August. I think he died in July, Dr. Deaver. Car wreck in June or July. That's Mrs. Harry Page, Judge Harry Page's widow. There's John Jones again. And there's Marion Stevenson from Atwood, chairman of the board, Wallace Berry. Good Atwood guys. We had good county participation in the hospital fund. We had a lot of help from Marcola, Atwood, Newman.
I talked to Bill McCarty just maybe a week ago. He moved and want to make sure he gets his paper. He said he can't live without his journal.
Yeah. Well, good.
And on the phone, he sounds just like he ever did.
Wow. Bill Hancock's dad.
Yeah, there's William Hancock, Bill Hancock's
Bill now
father.
in the back.
There's old Sheldon, back row, right in the middle. Looks just like Jack, doesn't he?
Yeah.
All those
That's Johnny Allen's dad.
Johnny Allen.
And then Cliff Strader.
Cliff Strader from over Hinesboro area.
Oops.
Oh, Maureen, well, let's see. Don't know this.
Don't know him.
Well, he's not local. He was the Illinois chief of hospitals, George Lindsley.
Hmm.
There's Mrs. Deaver and Maureen standing for their father or their husband and father who died about a month before.
So,
This was his vision. That was Jarman was a Hill-Burton hospital, federal funds, and it had to give charity care, and that's why it eventually closed. It just couldn't afford all the charity care.
construction superintendent and his family.
There's Jimmy Hilligoss, my cousin, late cousin, and Carolyn Leeds, his wife, who was a hospital secretary.
Well, I tell you what.
Cousin Jimmy.
Yeah,
That's the father to Tim
who looks just like.
at the funeral home. Schrader, Hilligoss.
Just like
Oh, yeah, yeah. Jim was a great guy.
Yeah.
Carolyn's still alive. Coleman, there's that USI manager. Don't know him.
Well, the names are right there. Some of these
Well,
are people involved in the building of the new hospital. which is
Yeah.
now Jarman Plaza.
There we go.
Okay. Jim Hunt's on the left. Next to him, we know him from Oakland.
Denny Fredericks, fullback, 1965, Oakland High School.
Les Fluter,
That was my high school football coach too.
Bob Trimble, 1959 Oakland grad. Great football, basketball player,
track.
won the shot put and track.
Great basketball coach at Monticello. We missed him. Lynn Strake,
Struck by Strake, a Unity football player, came down to be our coach. Don't know who's at the end.
the gentlemen all look very nice dressed up, don't they? This must be a banquet.
Yeah,
It's
a couple of these in school. Les was my art teacher, and Denny was my freshman football coach.
There's Mrs. Harry Pate again.
Mrs.
There's Wilma Allen up in
Wilma
the
Allen.
corner. Oh, look, there's
Sally Wright.
Sally Wright was mother of Jim Wright, my classmate up in Morris. Great football player, still talking about some of the blocks he threw. And Janet was your class. Judy was class of 62, Libby's class. And the oldest was Jane Ann. I don't know what class she was, 59, 60.
Marguerite Pate, married to Judge Harry L. Pate.
Harry Pate.
That's it for today.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, storm's coming. We're gonna go batten down the hatches, Dave.
We rushed through because of the storm.
Well,
We got
everyone stay safe.
about
All
a
right.
half hour before it hits. See you, Dave.
All right,
See you,
see ya.
Dave. Thank you.
Mm.